blur sharpen, fast blur, and we're going to give it a blur of around about 10 pixels, and that's going to give us our scope on the outside. And we'll just rename this layer scope mask, and we'll move on. Now I've included some elements in the project which will be available for download with the project. First one is our background scene, which is a fairly large res still image, and it needs to be large res because we'll be moving across it when we animate later on. And for now, let's just bring it down into our comp just as a reference layer. So right click and click guide layer. Then if we do any rendering, it's not going to be rendered. And while we've got it selected, we might as well just give it some tint, color correction and tint, and we want to make the whites a sort of a light blue, like so, and the blacks a dark blue. And that's just going to give us our futuristic night scope feel. And we might just reposition that a little bit so that it's on our main characters there. We'll be deleting that later anyway. So the next thing we need to do for our scope overlay is a solid element that we're going to have go up the screen to give an electronic type feel to the effect. So if we go new, solid, and we'll make it white, and the comp size is fine, and what we need to do is just resize this element, make it a little larger, and we'll rename it scan or screen scan, and we'll just put a blur on it. We'll go fast blur, and about 50 should do us, and bring up hit T to bring up the opacity, and we're going to drop that down to 10. And if we move that layer down to just off screen and bring up P for position, click on the stopwatch, come through to about 1 second or 25 frames, and move it all the way to the top. Now we're just going to type a quick expression in here.